Charlotte Flair's shocking heel turn. The Queen's brutal betrayal of Alexia Bliss. You know what they say about royalty, right? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But what happens when the Queen decides that friendship is just another championship she's ready to cash in? Well, SmackDown just gave us the answer, and let me tell you, it was absolutely savage. Charlotte Flair, the so-called best friend, the mentor, the shoulder to cry on, just turned on Alexia Bliss in the most vicious way possible. And honestly, I'm here for every single second of this chaos. Before we dive into this absolute mess of emotions and steel chairs, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button like Charlotte just smashed her friendship with Bliss. Hit that notification bell too, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next in this storyline. Now, let's get into it. Let me paint you a picture. SmackDown is rolling along. The crowd is hot, and out comes Charlotte Flair and Alexia Bliss, looking like the ultimate power duo. They have been tearing through the women's division like a tornado through a trailer park, taking out anyone who dared step up to them. Tag team chemistry? Absolutely off the charts. These two were finishing each other's sentences, hitting tandem moves that would make the Usos jealous, and most importantly, they were winning. Everything seemed perfect in paradise. But here's the thing about paradise, it always comes with a serpent, and tonight, that serpent wore designer boots and had a last name that screams legacy. The match starts off simple enough. Charlotte and Bliss are facing off against a couple of up-and-comers who honestly did not stand a chance. I mean, you're putting two former champions against women who are still trying to figure out which camera to look at during their entrance. It was like watching a Ferrari race against a couple of tricycles. Predictable, right? Wrong. Because in WWE, predictable is just another word for we are about to blow your mind. Charlotte is doing her thing, chopping opponents so hard you can hear it in the cheap seats, throwing out her signature strut like she owns the building, which, let us be real, she kind of does. Bliss is playing her part perfectly, hitting high-flying moves that make you question the laws of physics, and the crowd is eating it up. They are chanting, they are cheering, they are having the time of their lives. And then it happens. That moment, that split second where everything changes. Bliss goes for her signature move, Twisted Bliss, climbing to the top rope with that mischievous smile that says, I am about to end this match right now. The crowd is on their feet, cameras are flashing, and you can feel the electricity in the air. She launches herself off the top rope in that beautiful spiral that has ended countless matches. But here's where things go sideways. Charlotte, who is supposed to be keeping the other opponent at bay, just steps aside. Not a little step, not an accidental bump. A full, deliberate, I know exactly what I'm doing step to the side. And Bliss? She crashes and burns harder than my diet on Thanksgiving. Now, at first, everyone thinks it is an accident. These things happen, right? Miscommunication in the ring is nothing new. Even the commentators are selling it like maybe Charlotte did not see her partner. But then you see Charlotte's face. That cold, calculated expression that says this was not a mistake. This was a choice. And before anyone can process what just happened, Charlotte is on Bliss like a shark smelling blood in the water. The boot to the face comes first, not a regular boot. We're talking about a big boot that could knock out a charging rhino. Bliss is down, holding her face, clearly confused about why her best friend just turned her into a human piñata. But Charlotte is not done. Oh no, she's just getting started. She drags Bliss up by her hair, and you can see the realization dawning on Bliss's face. That moment of, oh no, this is really happening. And Charlotte? She is smiling. Not a friendly smile. Not an oops my bad smile. The kind of smile a villain gives right before they reveal their master plan. What follows is nothing short of a demolition. Charlotte hits Bliss with everything in her arsenal. Natural selection on the outside of the ring. Another one on the steel steps. And just when you think it cannot get any worse, Charlotte grabs a chair. You know things are serious when someone grabs a chair. It is the universal language for I am about to commit a crime on live television. She swings the chair like she is trying to hit a home run at Yankee Stadium, connecting with Bliss's back so hard that the sound echoes through the arena like a gunshot. Once, twice, 3 times. Each shot more brutal than the last. The referees are trying to intervene, But let us be honest, what are they going to do? Give Charlotte a stern talking to? She is a Flair. Rules are more like suggestions to her. Security finally manages to pull her away, but the damage is done. Bliss is laid out in the middle of the ring, barely moving, while Charlotte stands tall at the top of the ramp. Championship raised high above her head, that wicked smile still plastered across her face. And the crowd? They're losing their minds. Half of them are booing so loud you would think Charlotte just insulted their mothers. And the other half are cheering, because let's face it, heel Charlotte is the best Charlotte. But here is where this gets really interesting and why this is not just another random heel turn. This attack was personal. This was not about a championship opportunity. This was not about jealousy over who got more TV time. This was Charlotte Flair making a statement. For weeks, maybe even months, Bliss has been getting more crowd reactions, more merchandise sales, more of that precious spotlight that Charlotte believes belongs to her by birthright. And Charlotte, being who she is, decided enough is enough. If the fans want to cheer for the lovable underdog, fine. But she's going to remind everyone who the real queen is, even if she has to do it over Bliss's unconscious body. The psychology behind this turn is absolutely brilliant. Charlotte does not need to be liked. She does not care about being your hero or your role model. She cares about being the best, the most dominant, the most talked about woman in that locker room. And what better way to remind everyone of that than by destroying the person everyone loves? It is calculated, it is cold, and it is exactly what makes Charlotte Flair one of the greatest performers of this generation. She understands that sometimes being hated is more powerful than being loved. Hate draws ratings. Hate sells tickets. Hate makes people tune in every single week just to see if she is finally going to get what is coming to her. Social media absolutely exploded after this went down. Twitter was on fire with people debating whether Charlotte was justified, whether this was planned all along, whether Bliss should have seen it coming. The hashtags were trending worldwide within minutes. That is the power of a well-executed heel turn. It gets people talking, arguing, creating content, and most importantly, tuning in next week to see what happens next. Because now everyone wants to know what Bliss is going to do. How is she going to respond? Is she going to come back with an army? Is this going to be a slow burn revenge story? The possibilities are endless, and that is exactly what makes this so exciting. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep it extreme.